Hi everyone, welcome to ScoreCraft Play Session Live number 68. My name is Goni Peles and I'm joined by Elliot Simpson and Taibah Orpin. The plan for this session is to continue handing over the game setup to other players. And I think today we will continue doing touch, at least for the beginning of the session, with some unusual, extreme game configurations, as Taibah is going to give us. I cannot hear the clicks. Just before we went live, Taibah, we're pushing some parameter
There.
up or down. So I think Taibah, we are ready when you are ready to. Maybe we are not ready. Maybe we will be ready. But when you have a link, you can.
I have sent a link already.
You have, so I actually need to check it. I thought I did have the Discord open in my browser, but yeah, just a moment.
The link has been sent.
The link, it has been sent.
Should I be achiever or killer, Taibah?
I think most of the configurations I've gone with work best with 2 killers and 1 achiever, so join team killer.
Actually, it would be nice to test that with 2 achievers now. I mean, we can, Elliot, we can.
It'd be good, but I feel like if that's the case, I might want to adjust some of the parameters. Although equally, if you wanted to, do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm going to be an achiever. Okay.
So it turns out if you do add, if you add spaces either side of the name, I don't think it renders them, but I think it does let you enter the same name as someone else.
Maybe the check is before the spaces. Okay, good to know.
Well, at least we're on the same team, Elliot. That's what I'm gonna say.
I think basically we're interchangeable.
Okay, I think we can start. Wait, what's going on? Oh, it's this. This is not good.
this is moving too fast. The person moving is who I'm supposed to be touching, right? Or is that you?
No, that's me. No,
That's you.
Goni's the blue square.
Okay, sorry.
It's actually better like that. Did I touch it? Okay. Actually, yeah, okay. We'll talk about that afterward, I think.
But I'm still confused, Taibah. Are we killing him or not?
We're killing him very slowly. Probably too slowly for the amount of bounce we have.
Okay.
I feel like shall we end here?
I might win, just that you continue pushing me. And I couldn't figure out why my fancy synth stance doesn't work for tempo, but this is something I will have to test. And I'm. Yeah. I mean, it looks balanced. I'm almost halfway through the targets, and with half.
It's just really slow.
It's really slow. I think, yeah, we can end here. One thought I had after last session with the kind of extreme avatar size is that perhaps what you can do, and I don't know how that would affect the speeds, but just make, instead of making the achiever very large, make the targets very small and you very small, and then the world size will, I mean, I will not just see a big yellow square.
See, I wasn't sure if you did something to affect it because for like us, we look really big, although maybe I just didn't actually shrink as much as last time.
How did it look like? Yeah. Yeah, I think
That
if
is
you
also a
make
possibility.
you very small, it would be.
Although I can confirm that the bouncing did not send us out of the board this time.
This is something I fixed. This is something I fixed.
Mhm.
There you go. Would you like to? Would you like to try another one like that? Or
What do you mean? Like with the exact same settings?
not the exact same, but with sort of like you said, changing the sizes.
Yeah, we can. I want to try to understand why I can't get. I'm like, I thought maybe my tempo with the keyboard sound, like I had this kick sound, because you hear both me hitting the key and the actual sound, or maybe it's not loud enough. That's all that is.
Possibly. I feel like a lot of it's the decay.
But it's like really short. Okay, I will try that maybe if it's louder then. And then I can. Maybe if I do.
Would you like to try tempo again then?
Yeah. I mean, I will. We'll see. Is there a link?
ScoreCraft becomes a dance hit.
Okay. Shira actually wrote, not in YouTube, but in the Discord chat. In the live, we see only your big box. Just in the small box, we see the game itself. So that's something we hope to solve with the change now. Yes.
I have sent a link.
Okay.
Should I be an achiever this time? Otherwise, I feel like we're ganging up on.
You can be whatever you would like to be.
It will be a slow competition between
Although I
the two
will
of
warn
us.
you that it is tempo for achievers.
Okay. Big box.
God.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm not dealing any damage. Maybe I set it to 0 by accident.
No.
Why am I not moving if I do this? This way I do move. I don't know.
I'm having trouble here also. Debbie, can you stop bouncing off me for 1 second?
Is the decay too long here? It's not, it can't be too long. Why? Okay, I have to win a game. Where is the last one? Oh. Ah! No. 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 Move. Yes. Okay, I think it
I
works.
think I managed to accidentally set killers to 0 on that one. So I was like, oh no.
Maybe, yeah. I think maybe you set it to 0.01 or something, and then it kind of run. I think it's only you can.
Oh
only
no, I think it was actually on nothing.
really or nothing. Okay.
Yeah, because if you think about the number of times I bounced off people, the fact that you're still on 100%.
Yeah, I mean, we were playing
Elliot,
well.
you chose the right game to not be a killer. That's all I'm gonna say.
Elliot, did you manage to figure out the control scheme in the end? Because you got to 7, so I'm wondering if that was pure
I switched
kind of...
to clapping. I switched to snapping and clapping, and then it worked. But with the guitar, I couldn't get it to work.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't work with musical instruments. Also not with the... also not with that. I need to figure out why.
No. There must be something in the kind of envelope that it's expecting. No? I don't know.
it just sums up the
It seems like it would be simple to
sounds.
set like a kind of threshold, and just every time some sound goes over the threshold, it registers as a no.
That's how it works, and it sums up the silence and the sound. So after crossing the threshold and after, like, going up the threshold, this is the beginning. Then going down the threshold, this is the
end,
second
okay.
part.
But it's strange that some sounds don't, some sounds work and some sounds don't.
Yeah.
No.
We can do pitch, Taibah, if you want. I think then,
Yeah. You've had enough of.
yeah,
Tempo.
and then I can play this. Oh wait.
I quite like the really small targets, though. Actually,
I
I think we
that
should
was
have
good,
a
yeah.
really big world, and I think the killer has 100% damage.
Ooh,
100%.
Yeah.
but they are very slow.
Really
And
big
we
one.
should get rid of the map. So you have to like it's like Dungeons and Dragons or something. You have to like search
That
for
is not an option.
Dungeons and Dragons. No, what am I thinking of?
To remove the map
No,
currently.
you cannot remove the map. But this
Right,
it will be
Swear to not look at it then.
yeah.
I'm not sure I'd even trust myself to do that. Okay. How do you feel like being big achievers or little achievers?
Little achievers.
We can be little achievers.
I'm tired.
I feel like that would not make this easier, that your wish is my command. Right, so we have little targets, little achievers, little killers.
Everyone is
in a
little.
Big
world.
worlds.
Tell you what,
Everyone is lit up.
sounds like a Broadway
100%.
musical.
100% that. So we just need to escape the
Okay, what parameter do you want to give me? I'll let you choose.
Spectral roll off.
Right. Brightness unpitched. And do you want a fixed compass or a moving one?
No, what's the one we never, there was one that like was never figured out. It was it's not, or it's deviate, no, not deviation. What am I thinking of, Goni? There's some
The controls I have is I've got pitch, class, staccato, brightness unpitched, loudness, I can't even talk now, loudness, no silence, and tempo.
Yeah, I think tempo was the challenging one in touch. Deviation, things that are not in touch are in gaps where you have these
I reckon we try this and then we go on to deck gaps, but this is killer attack 100.
so just escape the killer. And you are very slow.
Well, you've got. No, I am
Oh.
the same speed as you.
Okay,
You will
good luck
quickly
to us.
realize why it probably won't be quite as bad as you think it is, or it will end very, very quickly.
Okay.
I've
but
just
the world
sent a
but the world
link.
is big though, right? We have a big
The
world.
world
right?
is big. Oh, actually, ignore that link. I'm gonna change one thing.
A little achiever in a big world's about to die.
That's the premise.
This might be a game for what's it called? This might be a game for two achievers again, I think. But here is the new link.
All right. Oh, actually, it plays well for everybody, right? It doesn't like has lag or glitchy, because I haven't scaled up the server.
I had a little bit, but it might be because the setting I had, which is now basically the same setting that you're gonna have. So, but I think it's okay.
Okay.
For me, it was okay.
Yeah, if it doesn't work well, I can scale it up. I made it possible to do that via the command line. This is probably why I forgot.
Ooh.
some part of the refactoring involves lots of upgrades.
Command line
Yeah.
commands.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Was that my fault? I was like, you've not even
Yeah.
seen the game yet, Goni.
But let's start. Ooh. Ooh. I think we need more than one. We need for this like 3 or something or 2.
I think that's the most successful
3
game we've done so
achievers.
far in all of these years. Never have I heard
That
such a
was-
childish, gleeful laugh in ScoreCraft.
Really? I feel like I've definitely had a few which are like that before. I think it's just the speed of it, because it's actually really hard to target anyone. But I did
Yeah.
surprisingly well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
I quite like that one actually. I think maybe not 100% if it's 50 or sort of 25
Yeah,
or
two
something
or
high,
three,
but-
2 or 3 hits. I think it would be more balanced.
Or
You-
maybe just tempo as the control.
No, or remove the changing compass. That's another thing that kind of threw it off for me.
Oh, did I give you a changing compass?
Like a
I forgot that I
rotating one.
did that. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean you can actually.
Can I?
I think without a rotating compass, you might be able to leave it as 100 or maybe just 50. Because it was
I'm gonna
hard
leave
for
it
me
as
to...
100.
Okay.
But I'm gonna turn off the rotating compass, and I've made one other change as well.
Okay. One target.
I think I did 2.
2 targets. Okay.
I was working on the average of the number of targets that you hit.
Oh, wait, not this one. Oh, wait. Okay. The deadly asterisk. Ooh! Yeah. Oh. Hello. Yeah. So one was one target. That was
One target would have been great.
yeah.
That was. I feel like that's quite interesting, though, the extent to which like we ended up missing each other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. It was like moments of Um, yeah, like this kind of. I mean, if I ever add sound effects to ScoreCraft, I would want to have this kind of. Yeah.
When you get above movement speed 40.
Yeah, and then you check like the distance between the avatars, and when they are very close, it's like a noise sound opens up or something like that.
What do you think? Should I try one more touch game? Or shall we try something else?
Yeah, well, whatever you do. Do you have? What's your idea for kind of changing stuff for the touch game? You have a devious
one last-
face, like.
Don't bother asking.
I mean, you are not
It's
wrong.
bad. Her idea is bad.
How I have such a bad rep.
No
It's
targets.
beyond me.
Just killing.
I don't know you can set it to 0 targets, actually.
No, you cannot. I actually contemplated that, like 0 targets for the portals in Eat Your Greens, where it's. But then what's the achiever has to, like maybe 0 targets, but a timer that you have to stay alive for a certain duration of time. I thought that might be a possibility.
Interesting.
Survival.
Okay. I think this is definitely a 1 killer game. Do you want ordered targets or not? Or numbered?
No.
No,
No.
not
Okay.
with these kind of settings.
Not with the settings that I'm doing.
No.
Okay. I've just sent a link.
Yeah. The invisible killer.
I don't think I will be invisible.
Okay,
I'm just gonna throw that out.
I see. Where are you? Ah, you were too big.
I was not allowed to join.
For a reason, I must say.
I love that you guys are just. I think my favorite thing is that you're still playing anyway.
And still losing somehow.
Who I'm still losing.
No, I am.
I am so tempted to hit refresh, but I feel like that would be a mean move.
No, wait. Ah. It's actually ah. Yes.
Okay.
Well, that was
Shall
that was
we-
very civilized.
I don't know what you're insinuating. Oh, that might be why. Okay, I'm gonna try the same thing again, but see if I can actually get myself into the game. I do enjoy the fact that it's the first time I did not give myself an actual name, and I was a ghost.
Yeah, I mean, I did add an extra large world size, I think. Did I?
Yes.
Exactly for these
Yes.
situations where you want to be like a giant killer.
Don't give away what my plan was.
I think you've already given away now.
Giving it away myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, I feel like I might also not be allowed to join this one, but I hold out hope.
Now.
Nope.
Ooh, that was quick.
I'm not sure whether I think it's the multiply difference rather than the size. But
Not really, because
I'm gonna
multiplier
play with this
distance.
a bit.
You don't. It doesn't matter the multiplier distance because you're just 1 kilo.
I thought it was the distance I was from you.
I think it's between kilos, from what I remember.
Maybe. I'll try again, and then if not, I might have to shrink slightly.
Did you choose the extra large world size?
No, I'm determined to get this to work with a small one.
I think
Which will probably be where this keeps going wrong.
No,
Yep.
no, but because look at the map. There are like lots of targets close to one another. There is no room for a big killer.
I will find the appropriate scale, Goni. Okay, attempt 4. This is where I then get banned from becoming Game Master again.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, look at it for a moment. Go into audience mode. You see that there is no room for a killer.
Okay, maybe I'll try a medium board. Do you want to finish playing this game, or?
No.
Yeah.
No. I shall savagely destroy it.
I think that my sound blends nice with your guitar, Elliot. It's similar
That's nice.
timbre.
Okay. Attempt 707.
Ah. Oh,
Yay! I liked it.
I love the way you just moved so close and then just sort of ran away. It was like a taunt.
I think the two targets you are near Taibah are the ones that were missing for me.
See, I wasn't. It's actually quite tough without the. What worked well, where we did something quite similar last time, is where they're numbered, you can kind of see which targets you have left. Whereas where they're not, you don't really have a way of knowing which targets people have gone after or not. So I feel like from a strategy point of view, because there's no way I can catch people, what I can do is sort of move and hide targets. But it's like I had no way of knowing if those were ones that either of you would be after or not.
You can click on our name.
But you can't see where I am because of the board size. I did try that.
But if you click on our names on the leaderboard, then you can see it from our perspective, and then you will see
Yeah.
like the.
It's just quite hard because all I've got is the little map and it's trying to see which ones are blue on there, which in fairness, they look, the ones which are next to me don't look blue on either of your views from what I can see.
Really, if you look at my view.
So if I'm just going to send you screenshots of the match sheet because if it's on your view, it looks like you haven't got those two targets, but on Elliot's view, it also looks like you haven't got those two targets. Right.
For me, there's a difference. It's small, but
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I need to change so it's not just outline, but the whole box becomes blue or something like that.
but then it would confuse. It would be the same as the players. Then no. I guess the players could have different colors though.
The colors have this little circle inside, I think. Yeah, it's actually something to think about. Because also
it's
in the
like-
previous games, I was confused sometimes whether it's a target or another player, an achiever or a killer. Yeah.
Well, what are we thinking? Shall we try a different game?
I need to go.
Yeah.
Time.
I think. Elliot, you said you need to go, or I was. Yeah,
But I liked it. Good games, Taibah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Taibah, I think you should maybe think about
Exquisite taste.
about another. I mean, we can continue touch if you have more ideas for it, but maybe a different mini game.
No,
It's like challenge accepted.
One thing that I think would be quite helpful though from the point of view of creating the games, and I'm not sure if there's a way to do this, is whether there can be something when you almost like create it that can tell you the sort of like, because I had some trouble with this one I did before with the number of say different like killers at different sizes or achievers at different sizes. It could be quite good if there's almost like a game capacity so you can sort of see at what sizes, like it's almost like with the configuration it will go like you can have like one killer or just something that flags for example in the small sort of game that you can't have a player at that size.
Yeah. Yeah. Should do something like that or like a guide or something. Yeah, that's a good
It's
suggestion.
like when you
I'm
have to put
not-
in a password and it highlights a field and says like this password. No, it can be like this field is not compatible with.
Yeah. Or like
Other
I'm not
options or
quite
something.
sure. Yeah, I'm not sort of like quite sure on what the best approach to doing it would be, but I think even if it was just at the point when you press start, it says like all the players can't join the game and sort of like tells you
Also, yeah.
why. Because otherwise there's quite a few times when I was, because in some ways, like looking at that, I feel like you probably could have fit all of that in the small board, but obviously you couldn't. So how much smaller would say like I need to be to fit on that board? Or
The thing is that, like, you don't set up in touch specifically, you don't set up the number of players. So when it sets up the game, it doesn't know how many players are going to be. So
it was
yeah.
like almost what you'd want is like a config calculator, maybe, where it's something where you can go if you've got these like all of those parameters and say you're going to have like 3 achievers, 2 killers, it says like no or yes.
Yeah. There's also, I think I changed it. It's not completely random, and it would find a place. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Thanks, Elliot.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. I think we can close the session. Yeah. Probably I'm not going to implement this config calculator for the next one, but that's something I will note down somewhere as a
list of rejected ideas.
No. I mean, I wish I could implement that at a certain point, but yeah. Now the priority is actually setting up the game engine. Yeah, great. Thank you, Taibah. I think it was really nice. This kind of, yeah, as Elliot said, exquisite taste of edge cases and
I feel like that
funny
might
situations.
be stretching it a bit. I did really enjoy the game where everyone was tiny and fast though. That was quite funny.
Yeah, it was nice.
I think that'd have to be my favorite from today.
Yeah, I think that last time we had some interesting ones as well. So it's good that it's documented and we can kind of redo some of them or like add them into a longer session or something like that, like I don't know, a campaign or like these extreme.
I think
ones. The extreme campaign or something like, yeah.
That really sounds like the sort of one that I would like ScoreCraft Extreme, the campaign.
Yeah.
I will say this though, I think I preferred the tiny fast killers with less bounce actually. Because I had the bounciness a lot higher this time, and I think it's better when you didn't travel quite so far, so it really had that sort of really small, really continuous attack. But then it was quite fun with where everyone was small, where you did have that bounce, so like any contact would then just completely sort of spread.
Oh. That's why it's configurable, because you can do it in different ways, and it can be fun in different ways depending on the mood or what you want to achieve. Yeah, we haven't really spoken about the musical side of it and like whether these extreme setups influence the music in an extreme way. I think, yeah, when it's like very big world and you move slowly, then obviously the changes are slower, so you stick with like one kind of direction. That was obvious. Here with the fast movement, I thought it's like actually doesn't lead to fast sounds. For me, it was like kind of I was very hesitated because each move I wanted to make, I was like, is it where I want to move? So it was like, I mean, at least this is how I recall it. I don't know if I need to listen back to it. I don't know if you had any thoughts about this, Taibah.
I feel like I'm not quite sure why, but this time, like musically, it didn't feel quite as strong as it did last time. And maybe it's just sort of like some of the combination of the settings, but also the types of sounds, like the types of control that I use this time as well. But yeah,
Shira is missing, I would say.
I
Musically.
wonder if some of it is the yeah, because if I think when we were both the killers last time and were both doing volume and both doing volume with voice, I think that's quite different to when you've got volume with voice and volume with guitar. It kind of changes the sort of like spectrum of sounds. Where actually when both of you were doing the sort of staccato pitch, that was really effective for both the achievers. And I think probably the one that felt musically most interesting was the one where I would say I was doing brightness and both of you were doing pitch, but I wonder if that's more to do with the instrument choices in some ways than it was actually to do with the game config, which is quite an interesting sort of question as to where that crossover is.
Yeah, it's
Just
a
something I did
combination
think
of
was something I did think was quite interesting with what you said about not setting the number of players in the config is actually whether that is something that you could or would consider adding, because I can't think of a time when we wouldn't have known the number of players who were going to play the game in advance.
Yeah, in some games you have to put it because the some setup that depends on the number of players. I guess because here it's not just the number, it's the makeup of the it gets kind of complicated to, especially imagine you have teams also, so this might also had some some complexity, and then we did, I think, like in terms of the balance killers achievers, this is something that was a bit fluid, I felt, in the session. I mean, we didn't change that often, but there was a moment where it was like unclear whether Elliot will be a killer or an achiever. And if you do set that in advance, it kind of it would block any other any other option.
It's quite interesting though when you think of that imbalance with the gameplay though, because I think the numbers you have of each, I guess it maybe makes less of a difference where the achievers aren't necessarily working in teams unless you kind of set that within the sort of setup config. But having more or less killers actually does make quite a, for example, like if there's 2 killers, then having half a point damage with them moving very quickly without much bounce kind of balances out to quite a slow achiever or quite a lot of targets. Whereas if you only have 1 killer, then suddenly that needs to be twice as many hits that one person needs to do. So from the point of view of that kind of balanced gameplay where you've got that tension between it being quite even, the sort of like damage versus progress, that is something that kind of like, generally speaking, for example, if both Shira and I are there, like I kind of know we're both likely to be killers because that's what we almost always do. And then that means that you can kind of, like in the same way that Yaval's almost always an achiever, like you can kind of think about who's going to have what role and what actually is a quite balance between the sort of like damage versus challenge for the achievers to kind of get something that feels evenly matched, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I think more so on some of the extreme settings maybe than when they're kind of more equal, but equally the more killers you have, the more people one person needs to try and avoid as well.
Yeah, I will say that Shira says in the chat that that's right. She agrees with you. I think, I think you're right, and I think it would be nice to have all these kind of config helpers or tools that allow you to, to kind of anticipate what the game will be. I was doing it myself as a game master, like from knowing the games, and I think you got a kind of taste of it from setting up. You try to predict it yourself and make the balance yourself. I don't know if it's really possible to have a definitive estimation there, because you assume that all the players are at the same skill level, and
Yeah.
you can because this is also a factor, like which instrument they play, what is their skill. Yeah, I don't know if, I mean, it would be nice to have these config helpers, I think, these tools, but I think for like a really good estimate, you will have to factor in stuff that only a human that knows the players can understand and think about.
I think this is where, like, you'd never be able to do it 100%, but I mean, firstly, there's absolutely no reason, and maybe this is what I'll do with the next game I move on to, whichever one it is, that you couldn't have a game that is very heavily swayed in one direction or the other. So it'd be really, really short, but you'd possibly have someone who's taken out in about 10 seconds by the killers, and that's just the game. And if I was going to do the ScoreCraft extreme mode scenario, that might actually be quite a fun thing to do, where you've got a game where, for example, you've got the achiever is super slow, the killers are super fast, and it's 100% takeout. So you just almost end up with this like 30 seconds, and then it moves on to something else. So I think while often what we do is try to make the game balanced, like there's actually quite a lot of fun you could have in making it very unbalanced at the same time. Maybe the thing to do, rather than try to have something to sort of like work it out, is it's whether there can almost just be some sort of scoring as to sort of say, and I think this is more of like a long-term thing that would probably be around the same time as maybe like an overall leaderboard or something like that. It's not necessarily a sort of like now thing, but if there could maybe just be like a difficulty scoring for sort of some of the things, which I realize will always be subjective, but if, for example, you're in a group where you know you've got some people who are quite confident and has quite a lot of experience, and some people are maybe new to it or aren't as familiar with the controls, if you're setting up the achievers for the new people and say it's maybe sort of like 30% challenging, and then you're doing something for the killers that would be 90% challenging, it's not balanced, but it gives you a rough idea of the maybe just like difficulty level between the sort of two, where it's almost like a sort of floating point where you can go like, this is relatively even, or this is swayed more one way, this is swayed more the other, because of ultimately like the individual player ability in any game is always kind of variable. But with some games you will have almost like an easy mode, middle, challenging sort of thing, and it could almost be just some sort of indication as to where those settings would live.
Yeah, it's just very difficult. I had some attempts at that. It's just very difficult to, give weights
Actually
to all
work
of that.
out what's what.
Yeah, I was trying for the Eat Your Greens one to have like an escalation for in the games, and for example, at a certain point, the rotating compass, the number of targets increases. That's an escalation for the achiever for sure. But how do you kind of balance this with different control schemes? What is the weight of different control schemes? Speeds, like how do you, like finding the formula for difficulty is tough. That's why I'm
It's difficult.
yeah, it's difficult, and this is why at the moment this is like what the game master has to do, kind of trying to think about these things and come up with something, and maybe try one setup and adjust in the next one. But yeah, I mean, that's a long-term problem to solve for sure. Yeah.
The other thing I was going to say, which I think is quite interesting, just where you said about having the sort of record of the games, is obviously where I'm setting up the config and then sending it to you. It means that the actual config step isn't on the recordings of the sessions.
That's true. So maybe I don't have them actually.
Well,
I
you can kind of see what most of them are, but not every single parameter.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the logs and I just need to save them. Because I think, so what happens last time when I scale up and down the server, then I lose the logs. So I don't have the logs from the previous session.
Oh, so you don't have any of the configs from last time?
No, I don't. I can just look at what you did and but then I don't know if this is the exact numbers. It's more like the ideas that matter, I would say.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's just more, I thought it's quite interesting. I mean, even just from the point of view of the viewer on the live stream, is sort of usually they can kind of see, and often you will kind of walk through elements of the setup, if not all of it, so they can kind of see those changes. Whereas with this, it is a slightly different dynamic where sort of from both the audience's point of view and you as the players, it is this element of unknown as to what's actually going to happen. It's I was mainly asking in case you want me to actually write down or log any of the stuff that
I do have a log
in any other way.
I do have a log. I just need to remember to save it. Now I haven't changed the server, so they should remain. I just need to remember saving it before the next session where maybe I will scale it up, maybe not. I don't know. If it works fine, then I'm happy to. No, I don't think it's a big difference. This is not like this 1 hour, but yeah. Yeah, I should save it maybe now then, so it's not lost in like if I update it in any way. Cool. I think that was a good discussion with some interesting insights and things to think about. Taibah, you will think about what you are going to do for the next session, I hope. And
yes, and we'll see if I'm accused of having a devious face when setting it up again.
Yeah. You will be accused, I think, but that's just my estimate.
That's just my facial expression.
Yeah. Yeah, great. So thank you so much for setting up the games and for playing. And thank you if you are watching this. It means a lot to us. Shira, and maybe some other people in the future. Yeah, have a good night and see you in the next session. Goodbye.